So we're going to be cooking today at the Little House. The first thing I need to do is to read over all my directions one time. Okay, and it looks like number one, the first one, is to wash my hands before cooking. So, good. Okay, I have clean hands, so I'm gonna open up the recipe book and find the correct recipe. So, my recipe book, open it up. Oh, perfect. Here's the recipe I'm going to be following. Okay. Next, I need to gather the ingredients necessary for the meal. Okay, so I need to gather the ingredients necessary for the meal. So I need 1 egg, 1 cup of flour, 3/4 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and that's all. I have all my ingredients, so now I need to find the kitchen appliances. Again, I'm using the stove. I don't want it to get too hot and I don't want to risk burning myself, so I'm going to wait to turn on the stove until I'm done with everything else. Now I need to, so I found the cooking appliances. It's not necessary to turn them on, so I'm going to gather the necessary chef tools. So, looking here at my directions. Okay, so it looks like according to my directions, I'm going to need some different measuring cups. So I'm going to use 1 cup for my flour. I need 3/4 cup of milk. I need 3/4 cup of milk, so I'm going to use this little glass measuring utensil because I'm measuring liquids. I need 1 tablespoon of sugar. So I need a tablespoon. I need a 1/2 teaspoon. So okay, I need a 1/2 teaspoon. I need a frying pan. I need a bowl and a fork to stir and whisk. And I also need the cooking spray. Okay, so I'm going to start by combining my liquids. So the first thing that I need to do is measure my 3/4 cup of milk. So here's my 1/4 cup of milk. Is that 1/4 line?
3/4.
3/4. 3/4. That's what I meant to say. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the counter. Looks good. Right at the. I'm done with the milk, so I'm gonna put it back in the fridge. I like to clean as I go. It leaves me less to do at the end. So now I'm gonna crack my egg in the bowl before adding my milk, just in case there's any eggshell. I can get that out of there. Same thing, I'm just gonna do a light tap on the side of the bowl, get a nice little crack, and then push in and out with my thumbs. I wanna make sure that I get all the yolk out of the egg before throwing away my egg so that I don't track or get egg yolk all over the counter and on the floor. Now, since I just used a raw egg, I'm gonna wash my hands again because you can get sick from raw egg. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add my milk. Okay. And I need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So this is 1 tablespoon. Again, I'm gonna use my right hand to pour and pour a nice, slow, steady stream. So that's 1 tablespoon. You can also pour over the sink if you don't feel like you have a very steady hand to avoid a big mess. So I'm gonna have, this is my 2nd tablespoon. I should have moved this over before, but I'm gonna add that 2nd tablespoon right over the sink. And I have to use this tablespoon later in my recipe, so I'm gonna rinse it out quick. Now I'm gonna put the oil away because I am done with it. Betty Crocker. I'm gonna put my chef tool in the sink. Now it's time. Now it's time to stir together all my liquids. So I'm just gonna make a circular motion with my fork in the bowl. I kind of keep my fork at an angle, so when it's in the bowl, I'm doing this motion is how you whisk. And you want to kind of go as quick as possible without spilling all over the place and getting it out of the bowl. So now I need 1 cup of all-purpose flour. So I'm going to dip my measuring cup into the flour. And I'm going to overfill it. And then I'm going to use my flat hand and the side of the bag to level that flour. And I'm going to dump that right into there. Okay. Right. Now I need 1 tablespoon of sugar. So same thing, I'm gonna dip my measuring spoon into the bag. And then I'm gonna use the bag and my flat hand to level it off. Oops, I made a mistake. I didn't dry off my measuring spoon before putting it in the sugar. So I have sugar stuck on the measuring spoon. I should have made sure that was dried off before using it. Okay, now I need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. So I dried off my tablespoon so I wouldn't have the same problem as before. And for this one, I'm gonna measure the baking soda so it's kind of over the ledge there. And then I'm gonna use a knife to level that off. I'm gonna put all my measuring cups in the sink. I'm gonna put away all the cooking ingredients that I'm finished with. And I'm going to stir together the liquids and the solids. I don't want to go too crazy or I'll make a big mess. I'm going to get all that pancake batter off the side. So I'm almost there, but I still have quite a bit of lumps. And nobody wants lumpy pancakes. So I'm going to use the side of the bowl and my fork to just kind of continue mixing together those liquids and solids. And yes, your hand might get kind of tired, but I promise it'll be worth it. So I'm going to kind of clean off my fork here. My pancakes batter is all mixed up. And I'm going to turn on the stove to medium. And then I'm going to set my timer for just a couple minutes. Let that heat up. Timer button. I'm going to put my pan on there also. Just kind of let that heat up. So I'm going to spray the pan again. Perfect. Now I'm gonna pour the pancake mix into the pan. Look at all those bubbles forming, Miss Goodrich. When we see lots of bubbles, it will be time to flip. Alright, so I'm gonna see if it'll start to come up, and oops, nope, it doesn't look like it's quite hard enough on the bottom, so I'm gonna give it just a little more time. Okay, I think it might be ready to flip. So I'm gonna scrape underneath the pancake, and I'm just gonna flip it over really quick. Okay, now I'm gonna take my pancake out, all done, and whoops, that pancake was just a little bit too big. This pancake is way too much for me to eat alone. I'm gonna make a second pancake, so I'm gonna need to spray the pan again. And this time I'm going to try to make one a little smaller. So
this size is much more normal.
I might need to turn the stove down a little bit so I don't burn the outside of my pancake, because I gotta have those bubbles. I'm not seeing a whole lot of bubbles, so I'm just gonna look, and oh, it looks like the bottom of my pancake is pretty well done. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip that over. Oh, try again. There we go. Keep checking on your pancake. Oops, not done quite yet. Okay, so keep checking on it. I kept checking on it, and it looks like that side is golden brown too, so I'm going to put it on my plate. I'm going to move my frying pan off the heat and shut off the stove. Now it's time to... Alright, so I need to put everything away and clean up. Need to rinse my chef tools and put them in the dishwasher. Alright, this pan is really hot, so I need to be real careful when I'm rinsing. Alright, now I'm going to really scrub off some of that grease. Got kind of hot, so I'm going to have to put some real scrubbing power in. Okay, so I served the food to myself, and then I'm going to wipe down all the kitchen appliances.
And counters.
And counters. Ooh, we made a mess, Miss Goodrich. Right, this burner is still going to be real hot, so this one that I use, so I need to be careful not to touch it when I'm wiping down my oven. I need to use a little sponge, rinse out the sink. So I don't get any gross bugs hanging out in my kitchen. I need to wring out my rag really well. And then hang it up so it doesn't get stinky. Wiped down the kitchen appliances. Now I need to throw away my trash.